Morning, guys. This is Dermot, aka Dermatron from THFC2 with Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and exciting future under Thomas Frank. And yes, guys, this morning we did get from Fabrizio Romano here we go for Xavi Simons, who is signed for Tottenham Hotspur on a deal to 2030 plus an option of a further 2 years on top of that. We are looking at Lookman, we are looking at Aki, whatever his name is. Sorry if I botched his name. I think he's around 15 million euro to get him in the door. And it got me thinking, right, with the protests tomorrow, guys, does that change the protests on how many people are going to turn up to that protest? Because had we not got Simons in, had Chelsea come in and took Simons from under our noses, had we let that deal fall apart, a bit like the Yazzie deal, a bit like the Morgan Gibbs White deal, and we're getting into the last 72 hours of the window, would more people would have turned up to the protest than might turn up tomorrow? Now, big up to the people that are turning up tomorrow, that turn up every week. I wish I could, but I can't get to every game. I go to 2 games a year, so I try to do my bet by doing my shows. That's my way of protesting. Or I get my Tottenham tops from a third party. I don't buy them off Tottenham Hotspur or off Nike. I get them somewhere else. So I try to do my bit. Yes, I have to pay for my Hotspur membership to get my tickets through the club group I'm in. And yes, I had to pay 45 euro for Spurs play for the year to get all the pre-season for my content and the watch-alongs I do and everything I need, especially for the under-21s as well. So yes, I do pay something towards the club. Does that make me a hypocrite? No, because I've always been balanced in my opinion that if Levy does well, you praise him. If he does wrong, you say why he's done wrong. And I've always tried to be in the middle. You've got to throw a little bit of logic on these conversations. Now, I said at the end of the window, if we didn't get a good end to the window, I would be fully Levy out. Now, I still believe the best thing for Tottenham Hotspur at the moment is a new ownership. I agree with Simon Jordan when he says Daniel Levy has taken Tottenham as far as he can, and it needs a new captain to guide us on to the next level. I totally agree with that. But we're sitting with a club worth 3.4 billion. Now, the only certain people going to afford 3.4 billion is either people from the Middle East or a multi-billionaire from America. Your days of English owners, I think, are long gone. I don't know how many English owners are in the Premier League. I think I counted down to 2 or 3. But if you look at like Newcastle or Manchester City, they're all owned by state-owned countries, either Saudi Arabia or Bahrain or Qatar, things like this. So, and the talks have stalled from the people that wanted to buy a major stake in the Spurs. The talks have stalled, and that we broke that about a week ago, or a week and a half ago. So we know things have been happening behind the scenes that have sort of gone a little bit stale. We know Vivian Lewis was at the first home game of the season. Now, she wants Tottenham to be more successful. We had 150 million injected in from ENIC to help to get the Eze deal, and that's been sitting in Tottenham's bank. Now, hopefully they've used some of that 150 million to buy Simons, and hopefully there's enough left in the kitty, plus with any players going out, to get a couple of more in the door before Monday at 7 o'clock. But do you know what? I'm sitting here quietly happy with... I'm a bit more happy with the window now than I was, say, 24 hours ago. I think happy's the wrong word. I'm probably a bit more optimistic that we might end up having a good end to the window than I was 24 hours ago. But this is Tottenham again, isn't it? This is Tottenham leaving everything to the last minute, leaving everything to 72 whatever hours to go before the end of the window. We do it every year. And it was like the January under Conte that when we did nothing for the whole window and then suddenly 24 hours to go for the window close, we brought in Bentancur and Kulu. And we went on to we got top 4 at the end of that season. I was told this morning by other people that Ruud Gullit had come out and said, whoever gets Simmons will win, will have the balance of London will change. And he says, I hope Chelsea do. Well, Spurs got Simmons now. So does that mean the power of London is going to change? And we've got a really, really good number 10 now. A really good number 10. We get a left winger to that, and we get a striker before the end of the window. I think Tottenham could be in a very good place this season. I always said they'll finish top 6, top 7, or in the European places. I think if we get a win tomorrow, we add a couple of more into there. I think top 5 could be achievable this season. Now, I know a lot of people saying Dermot's been delusional and he's been set up to fall, and what does he know? And not what does he know, but he needs to be a bit more realistic. But being a football fan is all about being optimistic, isn't it? Being a football fan is all about being a little bit delusional. But people can support Tottenham how they want. We all support Tottenham at the end of the day. We all are one big family, and we all should be able to support Tottenham how we want. And I think people are right to call Levy out. I think people are right to keep on that narrative that Levy needs to go. And I think as a fan base, we need that balance. We need that check to have people say, hang on a minute. I know you're getting a bit excited, but hang on, hold your horses. What about this? What about what he hasn't done? And I think that's right. And I think all football fans need checking now and again. I think a fan base does need people in there to say, look, I understand you're getting excited, but look, think about what he hasn't done. And I think that's right. So this is where I go with the Simon Jordan narrative, that he's taken Tottenham as far as he can go. And I think it needs a new captain. And look, whatever happens at the window, I think the ownership still needs to change. There's no question about that the ownership still needs to change. So, look, more breaking news today as we get it. As soon as we get any more news, we'll bring it to you as quickly as we can. I couldn't bring you the Simmons deal early this morning. I do apologise. I was at a doctor's appointment and I had an appointment for x-rays and a scan as well this morning. So I do apologise I couldn't bring to you first and fast. It's the first chance I've got to speak to you guys. But, we've got more coming up. We've got the member show at 4. We'll go on at 8 tonight with Newsbeat. With about Simmons. We're going to talk about that tonight, guys. Then we've got match day stuff tomorrow, post-match on Sunday, and then deadline day mania starts 9 to half 9 with James, 12 to half 12 with me and James, and then from 2 until 8, me and James will be taking you through all of the afternoon and the early evening to the close of business for deadline day, and then I'll be on between 10 and 11 to end deadline day in the European, as if Tottenham will make any late moves in the European arena. But guys, do hit the like button, do hit the subscription button if you can. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Thomas Frank we trust. We never stop.